Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to another Modday. Today's mod is an awesome one. It is a vehicle mod that adds a highly requested vehicle into the game, a tank. I've seen lots and lots and lots of comments about how either Nelson should add a tank or just some modders should make a tank, and finally somebody has made a tank. It is fully functional. You can drive it around, you can run people over, you can unfortunately, you can't shoot the gun because, that feature isn't in the game yet, like the ability to shoot projectiles out of vehicles, so modders can't do that, but it's still a tank. It looks like a tank, it drives like a tank, it sounds like a tank, so it's a tank, alright? Over here on my right are these tanks. There is a desert tank, a forest tank, a snow tank, and then, and then an urban tank, forgot about that one. And then also over here there are some silly little tanks, a golden tank and a pink tank. I don't think that these are any different than those ones other than the color. I think they're a little bit faster, but other than that they're pretty much the same. I think these would just be for like admins or something, just patrolling around, making sure that nobody's breaking the rules. But yeah, these are the actual civilian tanks. Well, not civilian, the military, non-silly tanks, I should say. Once again, urban, snow, forest, and desert. They're not direct copies, but they are essentially based like off of images of that tank model right there. There are a few little things that are missing, like this gunner right here and this little hole here, or whatever that hatch is moved right here on the model, but everything else is pretty much the same. You've got these little like vent things or storage crates on the back, tank treads as usual, the little front window, and a little minigun. Well, when I say minigun, I don't mean like the rotary minigun, but like a miniature gun, and then the actual cannon up top with the big spinning turret place. This whole thing spins, and as you can see, this is the hatch. This is also where the passenger sits and he can shoot out, which is pretty cool. I'll show you that as well. And then the driver sits behind this little hatch right here, and that's only your visibility. If you look in, this is all you can see, unless you go in third person. But if you're in a server that does not have that ability, then yeah, this is what you're limited to. That's all you can see, and it's pretty reasonable. This is a very powerful, very heavy, very strong vehicle, and it would make sense that you would have very limited visibility at the advantage of not being able to get shot. As you can see, you can't shoot through that, but you can see through it, so it's like a one-way little section going on there, and I think I got myself stuck. But as you can see, it's drivable. It sounds pretty cool as well. I'll turn it up. Does sound like a tank. If I can get out of here, I might just need a tank. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, we should have just taken the forest tank, which I'll show you as well, because the forest tank blends very well into the grass, and I'll show you that. But startup sound. One thing that's kind of weird is you get out and it tosses the tank to the side because you spawn inside of it, but these are just little bugs. It's a tank, and it's added, and it's very well executed. It fits into the style of the game. I think the only difference that I'd say is to make this desert tank the same color as that desert Humvee and that desert tank here. It's pretty close though. The model is perfect, and attention to detail as well. You can see that the wheels move. What is it? It's 10 of them. There's 10 wheels on this, and if you look, you can see them all moving right there. Pretty cool. Makes the tread actually look like it's moving, even though the tread is stationary and the wheels are moving. Pretty cool. Sounds like a tank. As you're getting up to speed, which is 25 miles an hour, this is a fast tank. But slow in relative to other vehicles in the game. Once you get up to speed, it does sound a little bit weird. From the first-person perspective, you can look back and check out your passengers. Very nice. That right there is seat number 3 and seat number 4. Seat number 2, you press F2, is up on the gunner, and you can equip your gun. You can shoot as well. Very nice. You're limited to 180 degrees of visibility, unfortunately, so you can't turn around. You'd have to communicate with your driver to turn around if there's a threat behind you, but you can shoot at things in front of you. And then also F3 is a seat right here. You can check out the nice driver cockpit right there. And then F4 is just on the other side. Pretty cool. As I said earlier, the top speed is 25 miles an hour. Really quick for a tank. Well, I don't know. In real life, I think tanks actually can go that fast. But, it accelerates to that 25 mile an hour speed pretty quickly. Especially for being what? What are, tanks? Aren't they 10 tons or something? It's pretty insane. But, yeah, I just, this is so sweet. I really do think that something like this in the vanilla version of the game would be pretty cool, though there would be a lot of suggestions for people to make it shoot. And if you were to do that, it would start to get a little bit sketchy. I don't know. I mean, if you were shooting a tank... Oh, God, look at what they're doing to my urban tank. But yeah, I mean, a shootable tank, it might be a bit too rewarding for those geared up players. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm really stuck right now. I guess this does show you the strength of the tank. I took quite a few hits, and still am taking quite a few hits, and no smoke to be seen. Let's see how many hits it takes. It's going to be quite a while. Oh, well, we're smoking. The smoke is different, like a little smoke image, and there is no explosion sound. Once again, just, you know, it was just recently added, I think last week, and there are still a few bugs to be fixed. Here is the urban tank in its gray color. Pretty cool. This is my favorite. It's kind of like a stealth. Kind of reminds me of Batman or something. Jesus! Woo! What was that, triple front flip in a tank? That's what I'm talking about. And then the snowy tank, which isn't all that useful in PEI, but, you know, it can spawn at military bases in snowy environments. And then we've got the golden and pink tank, which are pretty much the same. And that should pretty much cover everything about these tanks. They are very cool. In a nutshell, it's a very strong, very armored, very high-powered vehicle at a cost of being slow and having very low visibility, and not having all that much passenger capacity. But hey, it's a tank and it's awesome. If you guys like to download this mod, it's on the Steam Workshop. You can just click the link in the description down below. Luckily, the Steam Workshop is now available to the entire public, so you don't need to worry about any sort of 404 errors, so you should be able to click on it. Just click on that subscribe button and we'll add it to your game. You can also easily find it on the Steam Workshop yourself by searching for tank, and I'm sure it'll be like the first result. But other than that, that is all I have for now for today's Modday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish, because MeLikeBigBoom is out.